Hey guys, it's Jordan Sparks. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I just wanted to kind of talk about some of my wishes for van life and how this would be a better experience for me. So let's just hop right into it, I guess. If you're brand new here, welcome. My name is Jordan Sparks. On this channel, I just document my van life experience and living in my 2009 Dodge Grand Caravan. I am currently in Brockville, Ontario, Canada at St. Lawrence Park. It is an absolutely gorgeous park and it is a beautiful sunny day. I'm just watching the sunset right now. So this video is a little bit time sensitive because once the sunlight is gone, I don't have much light to film anymore. So the first thing that I wanted to experience or would love to experience in van life that I have yet to experience would be traveling down south to the United States. So right now I don't have a passport, so that would have to include getting my passport application and taking the photos, applying for that and getting that approved first. But I would also like to get my entire van completely just stripped down as most organized and neat and orderly as possible so that when traveling across the border that it can be the most seamless transition possible. I have heard of a lot of people that had no problems crossing the border, that when they went to the border that they just gave them their passport, and that it's important to have a plan, like a very not rigid necessarily, but a very specific plan as to where you're going that you can tell them, and to not be nervous or anything about that. So be honest with your travels and what you have in the vehicle, and to not be carrying anything across the border that you shouldn't be. So mostly I'd say like drugs, illegal ammunition, or like fruits and vegetables, things like that. Yeah, things that you shouldn't be taking across the border. But I would love to experience van life in the United States. It seems that they have a whole massive community of van lifers down there, especially down in like Arizona. And I would love to experience what it is like to travel through the United States, specifically because I've only ever been to Manhattan, New York. I've been to Ogdensburg, New York for the day, but for New York, I've only been there for 2 days, like in Manhattan. I drove there on a bus from Brockville, actually where I am right now, and that was over 10 years ago at this point, but that was a lovely trip. And I've been to Florida. I flew to Orlando, and it was just a very tourist experience. So I went to Disney World and I went to Universal. I guess I've actually been to Orlando twice. So the first time I just went to Universal. The second time I went to Disney World and Universal. But I have never got to experience the rest of Florida, and I believe that that is about the extent of my travels throughout the United States. So for Canada, I've seen most of the country, east to west, north to south, but for the United States, there are so many places left that I've been wanting to see for my entire life. I've always wanted to go see California. I've always wanted to go explore the entire west coast of the United States and the entire East Coast, really. I used to live in Vancouver and I was right across from Seattle, and unfortunately I never went over there either when I was living there. So there's tons of places that I would love to go see. So visiting the United States, major on my bucket list. As well with all the other content creators, I've seen so many other van lifers throughout the United States, so it would be super cool to go down to the States and to meet some of the other creators that are also living this kind of nomadic alternative lifestyle. So that's a big one for me. And number two would be to eventually get a different vehicle or different, I don't know what they're calling them these days, but to have like something where I had better climate control, because I would absolutely love to have a pet. I personally feel like I can survive in any climate in here with the current climate control that I have. I'm good for the really cold nights, even just with the sleeping bag or any kind of heating sources that I use in here. And then as it gets warmer, I'm totally fine being out of the van and doing other activities throughout the day so that I'm not just in the sweltering heat here in my vehicle. But I would love to have a dog. I would love to have a cat, really. I'm allergic to cats. I'm allergic to most dogs, but at least there are some dog breeds that I'm not allergic to, and I would personally love to have a companion on my travels, but I just don't think that it is responsible, and it's not the nicest thing to do to an animal to bring them onto the van life if you don't have, like, a lovely, comfortable way of life for them. So I personally would love to have a small dog, like a Maltese or a Maltese Chihuahua. I love my mom's Maltese Chihuahua. He is my baby, but he's out in Alberta and he lives with my mom, and she would kill me if I tried to take him. So I would love to have my own companion, but yes, it would have to be somewhere where there's climate control, that I could bring him everywhere, and that if I needed to leave him in the vehicle for whatever reason, if it's going to be hot out, that I could leave him with the air conditioning on or whatnot. So I would love to have a pet. That would be my big number two. I just don't think it's responsible at this particular moment in time. And those are the first two big ones. And the third one is just that I would love to be able to find some more private, secluded places. I have yet to find any. Everywhere where I've been sleeping or staying throughout the days has been very commercial, I would say, either very public and in town, or just like very public parks that people go to all the time, or even like nature reserves. Everything has been very, very public. And I just would love to go out. I see other van lifers going to like off-grid campsites and more like boondocking areas where they're able to bring all of their supplies and stay for a week, and just somewhere where I could get out of the van and set up a little camp and be able to like have a fire and play my guitar and practice music and bring out my dot to dance and record some dancing and record some art for you guys, and to not feel like I'm being invasive to everyone in the area if I were to do so. So right now I've been practicing my guitar, but the only time I've been practicing guitar is within the van itself, and it can get pretty cooped up practicing music in such a small space. I also have my keyboard, and I've been practicing keyboard in here as well. But I do have my Dot to Dance, which is a big Marley dance floor that's portable. It's portable, but it is the biggest size, and I can put that on any kind of flat surface, whether it is like dirt, grass, pavement, or even like a carpeted floor or anything like that. But right now it is sitting in the back of the van on the floor, and it levels out the middle of the van with the back of the van for the flooring. But I would love to take it out and actually do some dancing, specifically now that the weather is gorgeous, that we're moving into spring. It is March 8th while I'm recording this, and pretty much all of the snow, except for there's a pile behind me, but pretty much all of the snow in most of this area is all melted, and it is getting to the point where it's nice enough throughout the day that I could be practicing dancing and stuff outside. So those are my goals moving forward in van life. I feel like they're not giant goals. They're pretty simple. And honestly, rig. That's the word that I was looking for a bigger rig other than this van. Anyways, those are my goals. I don't think that they're too big or unrealistic, but even if I have to stay in this van for a year or much longer, it doesn't really matter to me. But if I don't upgrade in rig size, I would eventually also like to have a chemical toilet, I think, because I do hate having to leave wherever I am to go use the bathroom if I'm focused on work and I'm just in my flow state for work for the day or editing or something like that. So those are about all of my van life aspirations for right now. Again, thank you to all of you guys that have been watching and supporting here on my channel. I have started a Patreon as well. I don't think anybody has signed up from the channel yet, but I will leave that down in the link below just for a couple dollars a month. If you want to support me on my nomadic journey, you definitely can. If you have any questions for me for van life or just for me personally, definitely let me know down in the comments below. I love answering those questions for you guys here on my channel. And I think that is it from me. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Happy traveling, and if you're planning on doing van life as well yourself, let me know your goals down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.